Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, and today I would like to do the elemental earth reading for the month of October for the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And how I like to do my readings is I work with the elemental energies more so than I do the zodiac. But if you look at your charts, there's actually a section on most birth charts that have elemental alignment, which is earth, air, fire, and water. So this one is for high earth energy in your chart, or if you're one of the earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. How I like to do my readings is for each week. There's 5 weeks in October, well, 4.5, but we'll go with 5. And so each week there will be a guide or guardian, a message from source, which is a supporting message, and then a lesson or challenge from the tarot, something to be aware of and maybe work around, some journaling or meditation, energy work type stuff for that week as well. So we'll go ahead and get started, and your first guide or guardian is the Ascended Master Lao Tzu and Zinc-Sight. Haven't seen this one before. Descending power, the drive to manifest my spiritual light is powerful and purposeful. Divine light is awakening in my body. The creative fire in my soul shines into the world, bringing light and warmth to all hearts. I choose to live my soul wisdom in simple, practical ways. I utilize my innermost intention to become the grounded and present. Increasing my inner radiance, I apply my spiritual principles to all aspects of my life, and my soul aspirations are realized. Lao Tzu helped develop, if not fully developed, the I Ching, which is a divination tool in China, but it's also a philosophical path that works with the Tao. So this is really about a learning experience for you, bringing descending powers, bringing that power from the divine source God energy down into yourself. So this first week of October is really about tapping into your spiritual frequencies, earth signs. So this is actually a good way to start off the month if you're starting off with learning how to working with and drawing down divine energies, and learning to be more simple in how we view life is not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's actually beneficial. So your message from source is evolve, and all the cards I use are linked in the description. And with evolve, it's time to grow, change, and become something better. So you're working on simplifying your life, working with these spiritual energies of finding the path, the way, which is, I believe, how the Tao is interpreted. And what you're doing is you're on a path of evolution. You're on a path to growth, change, and becoming something better. And so this first week is really about setting yourself up, getting ready for, and taking the first steps on that path to betterment. And it could be something simple, it could be something complex. There's telling me it's probably more aligned with a spiritual concept or philosophy. So your lesson or challenge actually came up with 2 cards. Doesn't always happen, but this is interesting. It's the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time, accepting opportunities you're offered, and the Midas touch, and the 6 of Fire. Victory, good news is on its way, and public recognitions and awards. So, and these are challenges or lessons. So you're starting on this new path, you're working on this new energy, you're trying to evolve, grow, and become something better. And what these cards are saying is, it's time. There's no reason to be distracted. This is something that you've been working towards for a while, and it's time to step into that energy. If I close my eyes, it's because I'm trying to focus better. And what they're doing is they're bringing forward these opportunities for growth. They're bringing forward these opportunities for public recognition. But the public recognition is not so much for your ego, but as a way for others to see that you have grown, you have changed, you have become more accomplished in the aspects of your life that you have studied and practiced in. And so really, you're evolving because you're growing beyond where you've been. The King of Earth is you have completed an entire cycle, and you're getting ready to start a new one, but celebrate for now because you have literally completed it. And that's what the 6 of Fire is also saying is, look how far you've come, look what you've done, but get ready because we're moving on to something different and better. So let's look at the second week of October. for Earth Signs 2022. Interesting, this deck usually is pretty talkative, and today it's like, no, just kidding, not going to talk. So, but yeah, the Earth Signs 2022, this first week looks very intense for you guys. Good starting point, but it's also, you know, you're getting through a bunch of things. So your second week guide is Goddess Pele and Lava Stone. Whoops. Melt into the divine desire. I drop into my heart, welcoming awareness of my deepest desires. I allow myself to be moved by my heart and igniting my higher purpose through sacred passion. My heart's desire carries the genius of magnetic attraction, effortlessly pulling into my world all that is needed for spiritual fulfillment. I am so deeply motivated by what moves my heart that I allow the divine consciousness to flow through me unimpeded, transforming my inner vision into creative expression. I love to transform me. So, you're working with the divine feminine, Goddess Pele and Lava Stone. So this is really about you're solidifying your desires. You're bringing all that intensive fluid energy into something more solidified and more grounded and more solid. But you're doing it through the aspect of your heart chakra and your alignment with the divine feminine. So this is a way to bring your divine feminine and your divine masculine back into balance. And it doesn't matter what your gender is. We all carry both divine feminine and masculine energy. And working with Goddess Pele is a way to help to balance a little bit more of that energy into a more stable environment, because you have to have both to survive, but if they're out of balance too far, then it becomes almost fanaticism. So, working with the lava stone, the one thing with lava, if you do happen to find a piece of it, you want to make sure it's covered or wrapped so that it doesn't tear up your clothes, because it can be a little sharp. So your message from Source for your second week is a vacation. And this could be a physical vacation or a mental vacation. And by mental vacation, it's like taking time off from an intensive period of study or research or school or whatever, but just taking a break is what they're talking about. And with everything in the first week, it's getting ready to step into a new energy. You're stepping into a new evolution. You've completed an entire cycle. You have the goddess Pele and Lava coming in for the second week, saying that it's time to bring some of these thoughts and energies into manifested form. And with that, don't forget to take a break. Don't forget to allow your body to recharge. Allow your mind to recharge. Give your soul a break from the things that are causing you stress. And that's the message from sources. Just find a way to stay a little bit more grounded. Maybe go outside, go for a walk. Put your toes in the dirt if it's not too cold out yet. And just allow yourself to relax and breathe. So your challenge or your lesson for this second week of October is the Four of Air. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making decisions. And meditation will provide answers. So in reality, your challenge as well as the message from Source is take a break. You've been doing a lot of work. It's the end of a season. The summer season is over. The autumn is upon us. We're getting ready for winter. And this is a good time, especially with a lot of people are into hunting season. If you're not, you're doing your fall, winter preparations. If you're in a ranching community, that involves canning, drying, baking, all of that fun stuff. And so this is a reminder for the second week of October. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to do that self-care, to take that nap, to go for that little hike. Maybe go out with your friends that you haven't seen for a few weeks and just relax. Allow yourself to have that mental vacation, that mental break. And that could be a challenge because it came up as your message from Source and as your lesson or challenge for that week. So just be ready for that may not be the easiest aspect, but something that needs to happen type of a thing. So, your third week is the Ascended Master Yogananda and Rhodonite. This is empowered service. I step into my rightful spiritual place with dignity, reverence, and grace. My highest purpose is empowered by the divine will. My connection to the light is strong, unwavering, and enduring, so much so that my trust in its power and presence is unconditional. I accept the invitation from the universe to step into the new level of expression and fulfillment of my higher purpose. I open my heart to the divine harvest of blessings pouring into my soul. I recognize the readiness within myself. So, the Ascended Master Yogananda isn't a Indian master, so this would be something to work with, maybe a little bit of yoga, maybe yogic breathing. And rhodonite is actually a stone that is associated primarily with the heart chakra. So you're working with this new beginning, this new moving forward in life, and working with rhodonite is a way to bring your higher energies, your spiritual, intellectual, creative forces down into the physical as well, because the heart is the balancing point between the upper chakras and the lower chakras. So finding this new balance as you grow and evolve is what the purpose is this week. And if you can find, like I said, the stones associated and bring them with you through the week and work with their energies, it's really super important and beneficial. Not super important, but I mean, it can be if that's what the way you work with energy. But working with those energies is a way to help ground the movement of energy within your system as it shifts and grows through this month. So your message from Source is actually a 2-card message as well. So there's a lot of big energy coming in, considering I've already had a double, and this is the second set of those for you guys, for Earth signs. And that is expression and intermingle. So when you're working with, your heart chakra, you're learning about your expression. You're learning about how do you express yourself, how do you show yourself into the world in a compassionate, loving, and kind way. You're also working with Yogananda, who's just a good way to help bring in that energy of balance, learning who you are and being more grounded in that aspect of you. And what you're doing is you're showing yourself as your real self. You're being authentic about yourself, which is your expression, and you're allowing that to intermingle into your public and private life. So when you become more aware of who you are, it allows you to integrate into the groups that are more aligned with your soul purpose. And with these cards, it's really about your divine expression. How are you showing the expression of the divine through you? How is it that you share without words, more of a, like the ancient old term of the witness. So you're showing without words your spiritual practice, and you're allowing it to intermingle, flow into, and join with your public life, your private life, your business life. And so you're using your heart to follow that intuitive guidance to step into a more spiritual practice and allow other people to see it, but not, it's not like you're pushing it on them. You're just allowing your inner light to shine, and then they can come to you if they are curious about what's different, what's changing, things like that. So let's look at the challenge or lesson for this third week, and it is the 5 of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. So this third week could be a little bit of a challenge with other people, and the message that I'm getting is it's going to be coworkers, not so much at home. So just be aware of that energy as you're coming into this. Use your heart and allow yourself to tap into that compassionate state so that you can neutralize any issues that may come up, and allow that expression of your divine aspect to reveal itself in the ways of being a peacemaker, being someone who can bring calm to a situation, and sometimes it may be just simply walking away. But allow that energy to step up and show you so that you're not getting into unnecessary arguments and fights in this third week. So, let's see what the fourth week has to say. Yeah, this deck is usually really super talkative. I'm kind of surprised it's being quiet today. But, as it throws me 5 cards. So your fourth week is the Archangel Raphael and Malachite. Grace for the grand gesture. I am open to empowerment of spirit that provides me with the wisdom, courage, and consciousness to recognize the actions required to honor my soul. With boldness and confidence, I act on my intuitive knowing. I am connected and surrender to the highest guidance available to me. I take steps with faith in the wisdom that guides and inspires my actions. I trust the highest timing of my every leap of faith. Even the smallest steps taken in trust demonstrate confidence in my journey and the loving guidance of the universe. So working with these energies are really about this fourth week is going to be working with your healing. Archangel Raphael is the archangel of air, which is your polar opposite really. But in the reality of life, Archangel Raphael is a healing energy. You're working with malachite, which is also a healing stone. And this is a way to really tap into that guidance, that finding grace with yourself and with others, and allowing yourself to communicate that grace and that peace with other people. And it could be working with the air element, which is your opposite, so it's finding, again, balance. But it's also about tapping into your healing and your ability to heal situations. It may not be physical healing, it could be emotional. It could be healing a situation at work. It could be healing a relationship with a family member. And to offer forgiveness, you don't have to be with the other person. You can literally forgive them in a spiritual sense, sitting at home in a quiet meditative state, and that is a form of healing because you're releasing the negative attachment to that other person. So your message from Source for the 4th week is presence. This leads right from the previous week's message of expression. This is allow your presence and allow the divine presence to really radiate out from you. You're working with the healing energy from Archangel Raphael and Malachite. You're bringing in that divine conscious awareness of healing, of peace, and of spreading divine love. And by doing that, it's to be showing your presence. But it also means to be present in the moment. You're not worried about the future. You're not worried about the past. You're in this now period. This moment, right at this second in time, is your present moment. It is your presence. So tapping more into that, how am I expressing and how am I appreciating and how am I showing gratitude for this moment and stepping forward and showing gratitude in this moment and allowing this piece of knowing the now to fill you up. So the future, you'll get to it. The past, it's over. But if you stay here in this now moment is a way to radiate the divine and allow the divine to work through you in a much more peaceful way, and allows that light to shine out, because when we're worried about everything else, we scatter our energy and we can't hear Source as well as we should. So your lesson or challenge for this 4th week is the Knight of Air. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with speed. Take time to carefully review your options and creative solutions. So in your ability of being present, of being in the now moment, it triggers this, I've got to make these big decisions, and if I don't do this right now, it's not going to work. What this card is saying is you have intelligence, you have this desire, you have this design within you that allows you to create and to bring things into existence fairly quickly. Being an earth sign, you'd think it would move slower, but in reality, it's the fact that you're earth, therefore you're one of the more stable elements, and it allows you to manifest things. You take stuff from the more intellectual, etheric, spiritual area, and you bring it into a physical form that you can deal with in a much more plausible way. You can work with ideas and concepts and spiritual, quote-unquote, woo-woo, but you do better with something physical. And what the Knight of Air is saying is bringing that down into the physical is what you're doing by being present, by allowing the divine presence to be with you and allow yourself to show that off to other people. And this 4th week is really about being okay with other people seeing it, which could be a little bit of a struggle, because I'm getting the impression really strongly right now that this is something that you're not comfortable with, is being out in public with things. And it's not so much being public in the sense of standing at a pulpit preaching your new life, but it's being okay with other people being aware of it. So that could be a struggle for this 4th week. Now the 5th week, like I said, it's 4.5 weeks, but this 5th week I did want to do right now, and I'll probably do it again for November, but you have the holiday of Samhain, October 31st, Halloween. I just lost the other name for it. Anyway, but it's that time of the year where the veil is thin. In the old beliefs, the Lord was entering the underworld to conquer darkness, to be reborn on December 21st at Yule as the new year, the new birth. So this is, in one view, it is the pagan new year, not so much the Celtic, but the pagan new year. So this is a time, this 5th week, is about really transforming, being open to spiritual awakenings, but also a time to be gentle with yourself, because things that are set when the veil is thin have long-ranging consequences. They radiate out through time and space pretty easily at this point. So what we are working with for your guide for this 5th week is the goddess Sarawati, not sure who that is, sorry, and Ammonite. From word to world is the message. It says, I cultivate the creative power of my throat chakra to prioritize speaking and living my soul truths. Through aligning with that which resonates, I manifest divine light into the world. I attract and am attracted to that which uplifts, assists, and inspires me. Through my intentions, thoughts, and words, I shift my frequency and create loving, healed realities for spiritual benefits of all beings. I consciously choose my attitude and my words to transform all situations into growth opportunities for my highest good. So reality is this 5th week, having this really powerful time where the veils are thin, is about transforming who you are and speaking it into existence. Everything building up through this month is you're evolving, you are taking the time to reevaluate who you are, you're connecting in, you're allowing that inner expression and the divine expression of your soul to speak up and be seen. And during this last week of October, the 5th week, it's really about bringing that into full manifested form. So during this last week of October, it would be advisable to watch what you say, but speak the things that you mean. When you want something better in your life, when you pray about it, make sure that you verbalize it clearly. Make sure that you're putting in the right visualizations, because you're bringing things into manifested form at a fairly rapid rate, is what they're saying during this last week. And the things that you set up at this time will have long-ranging consequences. That's not to be scary, but that is to appreciate the value of these time periods in the year. So your message from Source is to believe. That's to believe in God's Source energy, that's to believe in yourself, and also to believe in the peace and love of the world. It might be a little bit chaotic, well, not might, it's a little chaotic right now, and it's a little bit crazy, but in reality, it's in those simple acts that we can find that divine light. And by doing that, we understand what belief really is. Belief and faith are really very similar to each other. And during this time, this last week, it's you're manifesting things. The things you speak have long-ranging consequences during this 5th week. And what this card is saying is, don't be afraid to believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to believe in the goodness of your fellow man. And don't be afraid to believe in divine God Source energy and allow that belief to radiate out and let others see it. So your lesson or challenge is the 7 of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research, and stop procrastinating. So no more dragging your feet, Earth Signs. So you have this belief that you're bringing forward. You are working on speaking your manifestations into existence. And what this is saying is, you've been kind of mulling over a decision this month. You've been working on evolving, you're taking the time to figure out who you are, and this last lesson or challenge for October is you've done the work, you figured some things out, and now it's time to make your decision and step into the next part of your life. And that could be a different job, that could be a different role at your current job, it could be just something that you've done for yourself, like I'm going to make this decision every night for 25 minutes, I'm going to read a spiritual-minded book, and I'm going to write in my journal during that 25 minutes. But it's something that you've been mulling over and thinking about, and they're being really clear that you have to make this decision. Basically, what it is going to benefit you in the long run, and making that decision during this last week will set you up for success, because things that are set up during this time of the year when the veils are thin do tend to radiate out and cause big change in the world, which is could be a good thing. So be careful with what you wish for. But hopefully this message resonates with you guys, and if you enjoy that, if you would leave a like on the video, and if you enjoy the type of content I am offering up, hit the subscribe button and feel free to leave a comment. And in these times, I always have to my personal opinion is, if we can be respectful even in our criticism, it tends to make things go a little bit better. So I hope you guys have an awesome month, and I will talk to you again in the next video.